A Highline ferry trip cut short today after the boat began to take on water. The Barnstable Street Crimes Unit arrests 8 individuals on drug charges, and State Senator Dan Wolf talks about a recent Ethics Commission ruling that threatens his gubernatorial run. Details on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, August 13th, 2013. I'm Sarah Mannel. Let's get right into today's top story. A Highline ferry docked after experiencing trouble. Channel 18's Sarah Colvin has details.
Lots of action down here at the Highline docks at Hyannis Inner Harbor today as the Lady Martha is getting some attention. It had headed off on a trip when it had to return. A smell of smoke, a little bit of fuel, and now as we have learned that the boat is taking on a little bit of water. Lots of fire officials down here, police officials at the harbor right now. The boat is right here. It's okay at the moment. No big fire. Talk to Sergeant Sean Sweeney of the Barnstable Police, who fills us in a little bit on the details. I'm here with Sergeant Sean Sweeney of the Barnstable Police Department. So a little bit of action going on down here at the harbor today. What is going on with the Highline Ferry?
There is a little action going on down here. The Lady Martha, the high-speed ferry for Highline, got outside the harbor, and they believed that they could smell some smoke and that they thought the boat was taking on fuel and taking on water, correction. And they got back here, and then they discovered that it is taking on water, and they're pumping it out.
Had it left the dock and then had to return back, or was
Yes.
it had?
Yeah, it had left the dock and got outside the breakwater. Just could smell like a fuel or smoke, and they didn't want to take a chance. Came back, and now they discovered that the boat is actually taking on water. There is possibility of a seal where the propeller shaft goes out, and that would be good. But no one was hurt, no one was injured, nothing like that. So that's good.
Absolutely. So right now, kind of a wait and see, looking at the fact that the boat is taking on water. What would happen if it was taking on water? It's not like you can just take the boat right out of the water.
Well, no, they'll have they have the big pumps here, and they can. It's not taking on it so much that the pumps can't keep up with it. So they'll maintain it.
Okay. Well, no injuries and no one's hurt. It's just a lot of stuff going on down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Highline Cruises tells us the Lady Martha was sent out for service today. Officials hope the ferry will be back in service by Thursday. The Barnstable Police Department, along with its Street Crimes Unit, arrested 8 individuals following a lengthy investigation. Police Chief Paul MacDonald says an undercover officer was imperative to the success of the operation.
We identified 8 individuals who were the constant problem in and around Main Street, in particular Town Green. We know they were selling small quantities of narcotics mostly to homeless individuals, the chronic homeless individuals, and to some tourists and to some kids who hung around on the green. We set up an operation using an undercover state trooper from the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office. The operation ran for approximately 5 weeks, and we purposely targeted these 8 individuals based on our intelligence. These were the individuals that were causing all the problems. Every one of them have a long and lengthy history, but because of the amount of narcotics they were distributing, we had to have an undercover police officer make the buy. So we did. It took approximately 5 weeks, and then we got the arrest warrant secured Thursday afternoon. Friday morning, we went out there and we made the arrest. Between Friday and Saturday morning, we arrested 7 individuals. The 8th individual was arrested yesterday morning, so we have picked up all 8 of them. Seven of them are being held on $10,000 cash bail. The 8th one is being held on $7,500 cash bail, which is extremely encouraging to us because now Barnstable County District Courthouse has taken this very, very serious, which is encouraging to us.
MacDonald says the department will remain vigilant and keep a close eye on activity surrounding Main Street. Cape and Island State Senator Dan Wolf says he will challenge a recent decision from the State Ethics Commission that puts his role as state senator and his gubernatorial hopes in jeopardy. Wolf asked the Ethics Commission to ensure his ownership of Cape Air, which has 2 contracts with Massport, did not conflict with his role as a legislator and his gubernatorial hopes. On August 2nd, the commission came down with a ruling that states he could not have both. Wolf says he approached the commission about the agreements between Cape Air and Massport.
We gave the Ethics Commission the agreements that Cape Air has with Massport. clearly because of a gubernatorial statewide run is such a huge deal. I took this probably to a higher level than I did 3 years ago, where we simply said, here's a company that has agreements with Massport, but they're set agreements that are prescribed fees and rates never even occurring to me, and in hindsight I wish it had, that they would constitute any contract or understanding that would be relevant in any way to the conflict of ethics laws, just because there's no room for latitude, there's no negotiation, there's no latitude for influence in these agreements or anything. They're prescribed, they're looked after by the federal government, they fall under a set of federal regulations as well. So Cape Air's been there 25 years doing the same thing. Certainly, it's not something I've been hiding. We verbally disclosed it, and in the course of the last several years, disclosed to the Ethics Commission, and they knew that I have an ownership stake in Cape Air. So this is not a surprise to anybody. What was a surprise was on August 2nd, 2 Fridays ago, I got notified that I either had to give up Cape Air or give up politics, which, I don't agree with the ruling, but, they're the Ethics Commission and it's the law. And I think when you're a lawmaker, you do have to respect and abide by the law. So I am looking for a way that I can continue my public service while not completely severing with the company that I love, and maybe there's a way to do that.
Wolf says he is investigating his options and will continue his gubernatorial campaign. The town of Barnstable will soon be paying less for electricity. The Cape Light Compact is working with the town on a project that will convert traditional lighting in all municipal parking lots to LED lighting. Energy coordinator Richard Elrick says the savings will add up quickly.
The LED lighting is about 50% more efficient. Much fewer maintenance issues. They last forever. We just signed our proposal for the parking lot located at the Red Cross building, right behind it, on South Street. And we're going to be spending, actually not us, the Cape Light Compact will be spending $3,500 for the work that'll be done for the new fixtures, and as a result of that, we will see approximately 4,100 kilowatt hours of reduction, less usage, and that'll amount to about $625 of annual savings. And so that's the first parking lot. We've got about 25 municipal parking lots throughout the town, and so we're going to take our time working through each parking lot. And so, as you can see, with just the few lights that are at the Red Cross parking lot, you can see how these energy savings and dollar savings will really add up. So we're excited about it, and this will proceed over the next several months or so.
Elrick says the Cape Light Compact will be changing lights at all 25 municipal parking lots. A proposed Board of Health regulation could change the way Barnstable residents pay for waste removal. Elrick says if passed, the regulation would require private trash haulers to include recycling and bundled trash removal packages.
We currently have a situation that I think has been fairly well publicized, where if you are a customer of a private trash hauler, you are able to purchase your trash pickup and your recycling services separately. As a result, a large number of the customers of the private trash haulers choose not to pay for the recycling services because they can take their recyclables for free to the Barnstable transfer station. But it isn't really free. And what really happens is that the people who purchase stickers to use our transfer station, the people who bring their trash there, are subsidizing all of these people who are bringing their recyclables for free. So there's an equity issue there. And then, of course, for the private trash hauler side of things, which is really the majority of our residents use private trash haulers, we're not getting a very good recycling rate out of those folks.
Right.
Some of them bring their recyclables to the transfer station, but many of them just aren't recycling because they don't want to pay a little bit more and a variety of other reasons. So the bundle pricing requirement, I think, is a very important one to help us increase our recycling rate, to provide some equity in the way we dispose of our trash and recyclables here in Barnstable. So
Town Council is still considering the proposed regulation and will revisit the issue this fall. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannell.